Jurassic Mansion Fallen Kingdom is now in oh wait, that doesn't sound right. Oh, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is now in theaters and is the 5th installment or the 2nd installment of the new Jurassic World trilogy, depending on your perspective. And it focuses on the 2 main characters from the last film as they go to this island to save these 11 species of dinosaurs for this rich white person, as he is seeking to save them and put them on another island where humans won't bother them at all. Now, this is a premise that had potential. It did. It really did. But unfortunately, it goes into a unintelligent version of Lost World. Lost World wasn't intelligent to begin with, but a less intelligent version of that premise. I'll explain that in a moment. First, let me just say this. This is a film that it is good looking. The visual effects, you can tell that the money was put a lot on the visual effects. You have the attention to details of the dinosaurs, the textures, the lighting for them. They're very convincing, honestly. It's even better than the special effects in the last film. Jurassic World was hit or miss with some of the special effects, but I would say that Fallen Kingdom hits the mark most of the time, which is pretty good, because most people are seeing a film like this for the special effects. I'll mention that in a second. You also have a cast full of not interesting, but you have a cast where on the surface you're like, okay, these are interesting actors. Let's go with it. Like Bryce Dallas Howard, Chris Pratt, Jeff Goldblum. Like these are people that you can rely on. James Cromwell. These are good actors and actresses. Unfortunately, they're wasted. This is a one-dimensional film that words can't really say enough as to why this film didn't work. It's just, it went into an unintelligent version of The Lost World. You have, it's not even a spoiler because it's in the trailer, you have these mercenaries that are on the island, and it's like they basically take away from the whole reason why you have these two scientists come there. It's like, well, why are they there other than to get the plot, what little plot there is, moving. That's the thing, this plot is so derivative and unintelligent that you just can't help but realize that not only is this the Lost World, but an unintelligent version. You are experiencing characters that aren't fleshed out. These are archetype characters. These are characters that are just going through the motions. The scriptwriter is treating them like chess pieces, unfortunately. We're just like, okay, you go here, you go here. You have these 2 college people that are basically the comic relief. They're not funny. They're just there to do certain things that help with certain situations. And there's a little girl too. Same thing. This is a film that had potential with its premise. It could have pushed boundaries with its messages and themes. And there is an instance where it does touch on the whole idea of, well, we just created this whole, these species, should we just let it extinct, or, should we save them? It's like, it is a moral dilemma. The problem is it just gets shoved aside for spectacle and just side plots that really don't matter. But unfortunately, those side plots do matter in the second half, and what happens, I call it the mansion half, because it takes place in a mansion most of the second half. I'm just saying that right now. And in doing so, you constrict everything. You constrict the characters, them possibly getting some development. You constrict the special effects, getting room to breathe, or the set pieces feeling invigorating, or even the action being intellectual stimulating, or anything for that matter. This is a film that could have been more than it sums, but unfortunately, it's not. If you're going for the action is very little, and what little there is, it just isn't well done. It's not well choreographed. It feels like it was just done on the fly without any thought getting put into it. You have characters that you can't grab onto, a story that unfortunately is really bad, and what stinks is that you have the original film, which had a good story, and in my opinion, should have just been a one and done. But you can base it off of that, and unfortunately you don't. You just try and base it off of the second one, and in doing so, you're not creating your own original piece without furthering the plot. And in doing this, this film is, by the end, you kind of realize it's just trying to set up another film. And in doing so, it makes the ending not only fall flat and feel like a money-making grab, which it is, but the stakes that were there just aren't there, because as a viewer, you're just kind of like waiting for it to get better and better, and it just doesn't happen, guys. This film was terrible in my opinion. I don't think it's worth your time. I can't say to watch it. I really can't. What I will say is, if you're a Jurassic Park fan, you'll watch it eventually, that's for sure. And you're probably going to see it opening weekend because it's going to make a ton of money. But, you know, it comes a point in time where a franchise just has to die. And I think this franchise should have just been a one and done, especially since it's a science fiction film franchise that just, it's running out of ideas. It really is, and it shows. So, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom will be getting a 1 out of 5 star rating from me. Guys, let me know your thoughts. I'm interested on Fallen Kingdom. I personally, there are just so many things that I had problems with, but it's a spoiler-free review, so I'm not going to go fully in-depth as to what they are. But if you have any questions, comment section down below, and also don't forget the subscription notification bell. Also, I just want to note one last thing. Fallen Kingdom, it has this whole thing where it's doing a lot of callbacks to the original film, and even other Spielberg stuff, such as there's a scene where they play the Jaws music and a scene that is a visual callback to Raiders of the Lost Ark. It didn't work for me, and I think that's just because the whole nostalgia factor is just gone for me. So now I'm just going in as a viewer, you know, not someone that's just like, okay, it's good to be back in this world. So it's just a thought, like, you know, if you are someone that's seen these movies and even any other Spielberg films, you'll notice those kind of callback cues, and it just, again, it's just really forceful, and that's just the film in general. But again, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Figured I'd throw that out there, but catch you guys later.